Now it's time for us to do a little bit of chimps over here on skates, and it's our final black border on the first page of beginner levels. So we're going to get Quincy down over here into this bottom left area, right like so. So see these two little white lines and then this white line that intersects. Place Quincy right there, like so. And we're going to be doing a much more interesting build than we did on the Impoppable level. We're going to be using the early game power of the tack shooter, which is pretty interesting how strong it is early game here, because this little area has tack shooter written all over it. So we're going to place that here. See this little white spot, right like so? We're going to go to that white spot pretty much and then go directly down from it like this. And this is to make sure that we get the best placement for the upcoming monkey village. And we're going to upgrade this top tree pretty quickly to the hot shots, as hot shot gives you even more popping power and the ability to pop lead balloons, which lead balloons are Quincy's kryptonite. $650 is a little bit of a chunk of change early on, so we're just waiting a little bit here. Once we get that, we're going to finish upgrading this bottom tree here, as I think the more tax is stronger than going for the long range tax, as we're going to have plenty of range to hit everything in this circle at the end game of the build. And once we start getting range on this part of the track, we get really strong diminishing returns there. But with just this tower, we're able to rush up to jungle drums very quickly. And that's what I love about this tack shooter right here. So now the next thing we're saving up for is a monkey village at $12.95. And because this build is so strong, we're able to get the bomb shooter upgraded very quickly as well, right? Because this handles little dinky balloons that are stacked and coming in quickly very easily. And that's where the bomb shooter really struggles early on. So for this one, we're going to go to Quincy, right? We're at Quincy, we're going to go up until we're red, like so, and then left until we're red, and then we're going to place that monkey village right like so. We're going to give it bigger radius and jungle drums. And Quincy's going to handle that first camo balloon. And what's really good about this is the jungle drums empowers our only tower, which is better than having just another dinky little tower in a lot of cases. But because this is so strong, we can also save up for the radar scanner now, which is really strong. We essentially get this radar scanner and then we don't have to worry about any other balloon type for the rest of the run. There's the lead balloons. Bye-bye. And we're going to be getting our mid to late game-ish carry in the bomb shooter after we upgrade this. The last little chunk of change is a little slow here. And there it is. Just to check here on round 32, we have 2.5k popped on this and almost 2k popped on this. So this is doing a really good job for us. And we're going to place the bomb shooter here, just right directly above the monkey village. And then to the left as much as possible, down, red, like so. And we're going to spam the bottom tree here. Once we get cluster bombs, things will go much more quickly. These first two upgrades really don't seem to impact too much. And we're also going to be upgrading this as well, the top tree. And if you still haven't checked out this top tree upgrade versus not having the top tree upgrade with the recursive cluster, you should. We were sandboxing a bit to see how we could streamline this build, and I was really surprised at how strong this top tree upgrade is on this particular level. It more than doubled the amount of pops we were getting on round 40 with the bomb shooter. Which is important because this build You don't have to use Quincy's ability on round 40, so if you forget and you don't want to die and lose your black border, you're fine because this build is prepared for that. But make sure you have the heavy bombs. I can't make that same guarantee if you don't have the heavy bombs. And go ahead and build your alchemist as well. So your alchemist goes right here. Try to get that down before round 40. Set that to strong. And you should be able to get perishing potions as well.
Get ready to
and we're going to get that acidic mixture dip going. See, that Moab was crushed right there. I mean, it barely even got around this corner. And we didn't use a single ability or have to micro anything. So now we can get the Berserker Brew. And we're going to be saving up for the primary upgrades on this tower over here. And it's going to be a long save up, so if you need to get up, stretch, do some push-ups, pretend like you're cool on the internet, do any of those things, you can do that at this point right here, because there's not much going on between now and round 60-ish. 27k is a lot of money. And because we don't have banana farms, it's going to take a while. But we don't really like banana farms. They're just kind of cheesy. And I always felt like they're kind of trial and error, right? Where you're just trying to be as cheesy as possible while maximizing your banana farms, and then it doesn't even feel good for me personally because I know I just kept exiting out and trying again to get the maximum super tower. If they were viable on half cash, they might be a little more interesting, but half cash is just too hard. Good luck saving up for 1,000 on half cash. I guess I should clarify, I mean 1,000 on half cash that doesn't get you anything except more money and delay your build, because doing that on half cash is a quick way to die. There's the Moab, crushed again. Barely gets to right here, which is nuts. But that's the primary mentoring here. You see how big the range is for this bomb shooter? Pretty nuts. This is pretty good too. We almost have complete coverage here, and we're definitely going to have a ton of coverage once we start getting alchemist buffs and the primary expertise as well. Yeah, primary expertise is great in this build because it gives you global map range on your most expensive tower at this point. And we want to go fast, right? We have 50 more rounds to go, and we don't have time to wait for all these balloons to just kind of filter in here slowly. So we need 3.5k more. Please.
more.
And once we get this upgrade, there's a lot of things we could do, but the first thing we should probably do is get another alchemist, as alchemy is very important in this build. So we're going to drop that secondary alchemist right on over here. We don't want it to be on that left-hand side, even though it is tempting. We want our ice tower to go there eventually, as it's a very, very good spot. So we're going to place that secondary alchemist right over here. And we're going to upgrade that to 3-2.
Run this one down.
And from here we can do a lot of different things, but we're going to play it safe and make this build really easy to understand. So we're going to put our ice tower right over here. Like so, left until red, down until red, and you'll see how good this spot is, right? So we're going to upgrade that, and look at all this coverage we get. It's really, really nice.
Yes.
And we're going to upgrade this middle tree, so it's 2-5 eventually. But now we have to save up 32,000. And it's going to be a slow 32,000. Because for some reason, there's just not a lot of money here. There's not much challenge either, right? So that's kind of a good thing. You can chill, watch something on your other monitor. So this is how our build's gonna get into the late game. We have the recursive cluster, which, as we can see here, 66,000 popped. Compare that to anything else here. Really good, but it starts to fall off later and doesn't do a whole lot for us when DDTs are flying through our base, right? And this is going to stun DDTs, slow them down, and make their life miserable. But we need to make sure we keep this buffed. As we can see here, this green little buff is the most important thing in our build. Do not let this fall off of your ice tower once you start getting into the later part of the game. So we're on round 68 here, and not much happening as we wait for another 22,000. We're just kind of monitoring that. No, this buff really never comes off. So if we build down here, outside of the range of this alchemist, we'll be fine, and this will be very consistent for us throughout the game. These should both be on strong, by the way. We just need about 17k more.
Yes.
But these rounds just don't want to give us the money. We're also going to be fast forwarding our run once we get this. We just need to make sure we get this online. We're going to be using a variety of snipers and Moab maulers to really get through the level. And we're going to be getting a safety glue gunner as well. As the glue gunner is just so much value. We already have the primary expertise tower. Why not just get that extra bit of value there? We could even place it now too. We could place it right over here. As we have the free upgrades, right? So right here is where we're going to place it. It's really good. Overlaps pretty much completely with our ice tower. And we're going to set that to strong. So we can get a 022 glue gunner for free.
Yes.
Very powerful stuff there. Even though it doesn't pop a single thing for us. And we know it's also not taking any alchemist buffs. So make sure if you're going to place this glue gunner down, don't put it in range of your alchemist. We want to make sure this is consistent as we have designed in the build here. DDTs could be a big problem for us. And we only have one life. So even if one little tiny balloon sneaks on through here, it's trouble. The good news is we only need 2,000 more. And here it comes. Icicle Impale. We are now in the late game and we are strong. So we're going to upgrade both of these alchemists to 4-2 from 3-2 now. Make this go really fast. And even with all this stuff going on, the money is still pretty slow. Round 80 is going to be so hard for us. I'm being a little bit sarcastic there. It's just a very slow round with not much going on. Now we can get the Moab glue, which is really good for us as well. and we can start building more recursive clusters right over here. Just make sure they're not immediately within your alchemist, right? So we can see here if we built up here, we'd be in range of the alchemist, which would be potentially a problem for our top area there. So we're going to place it down just a little bit here. And we can upgrade to recursive cluster like so, and do it again. And now we can place some alchemists down here. Set that to strong. Both of these do a fair bit of popping for us. Get that stronger stimulant, and then we can build sniper monkeys as well. We want them to be all the way down here on the bottom, just to be extra careful. And we're going to set these to strong with large caliber deadly precision. And we're going to build one more of these. Right like so. All the way up until deadly precision on strong again. We could also get the faster firing. It's not going to slow down our upgrade path too much. It's just the deadly precision is the really strong upgrade here. I mean, we compare these two. The speed at which they're popping, it's a very considerable difference there. And then lastly, we can get the apparently out of range. That was too careless. That's okay. We can upgrade this to deadly precision. So tiny little mistake there, but it doesn't matter too much as our build's already complete. And we want this one to be on first, just so we pop anything that kind of gets a little crazy on us. We could also get another primary tower like this one. There it is. And we're going to upgrade this time to the bottom tree and then this top tree here so we can pop all kinds of stuff. I know the faster firing is good, but we want to make sure we have the ability to pop any balloon type even without the alchemist popping. And we can put some more alchemists down here, set that to strong, upgrade it. More alchemy, like so. Set that to strong. And then once we have the stronger stimulant, we're good to go. And we did get a little punish there, so make sure you're not making the same mistake we did. You can put this up just a little tiny bit, and we can upgrade one of these to main Moab. As it adds a lot more popping power. And we're going to be getting a secondary one as well to give us even more popping power on the upcoming round 100 here. It also makes it so that Moabs don't get to play the game. And as a final thank you to the high value that this tack shooter gave us, we're going to add the Ring of Fire upgrade. It doesn't help us much at this point, but we're just very grateful to how much extra value this brought. And it does a really good job popping stuff as well, as we can see here. That's a lot of pops very quickly. Here comes round 100. You shouldn't need to use any abilities here. And we can see this bat gets crushed pretty quickly. The main Moab stuff is popping really quickly here. I can't even tell you how much is popping per shot, but it's popping quite a bit. And there are the DDTs, and now there's just some ZOMGs that don't get to move. Luckily, the Mega Ballista is helping out there as well. And there we have it. Skates on Chimps. Our final black border. Thank you for watching.